Warning. If you dare to read this story, you become part of the experiment. I know that sounds a little mysterious, but it's all I can say right now. Max. Prologue. Congratulations. The fact that you're reading this means you've taken one giant step closer to survive until your next birthday. Yes, you. Standing and leafing through these pages. Do not put this book down. I'm dead serious. Your life could depend on it. This is my story. The story of my family. But it could just as easily be your story, too. We're all in this together. Trust me on that. I've never done anything like this, so I'm just gonna jump in and you try to keep up. Okay, I'm Max. I'm 14. I live with my family, who are 5 kids not related to me by blood, but still totally my family. Well, we're kind of amazing. Not to sound too full of myself, but we're like nothing you've ever seen before. Basically, we're pretty cool, nice, smart, but not average in any way. The 6 of us, me, Fang, Iggy, Nudge, the gas man, and Angel, were made on purpose by the sickest, most horrible scientists you could possibly imagine. They created us as an experiment. An experiment where we ended up only 98% human. That other 2% has had a big impact, let me tell you. We grew up in a science lab / prison called the school, in cages, like lab rats. It's pretty amazing we can think or speak at all. But we can, and so much more. There was one other school experiment that made it past infancy. Part human, part wolf, all predator. They are called erasers. They're tough, smart, and hard to control. They look human, but when they want to, they are capable of morphing into wolfmen, complete with fur, fangs, and claws. School uses them as guards, police, and executioners. To them, we're 6 moving targets, pretty smart enough to be a fun challenge. Basically, they want to rip our throats out, and make sure the world never finds out about us. But I'm not lying down just yet. I'm telling you, right? This story could be about you, or your children. If not today, then soon. So please take this seriously. I'm risking everything that matters by telling you, but you need to know. Keep reading, and don't let anyone stop you. Max, and my family, Fang, Iggy, Nudge, the gas man, and Angel, welcome to our nightmare. The funny thing about facing imminent death is that it really snaps everything else into perspective. Take right now, for instance. Run! Come on, run! You know you can do it! I gulped deep lungfuls of air. My brain was on hyperdrive. I was racing for my life. My one goal was to escape. Nothing else matters. My arms being scratched to ribbons by a briar I'd run through? No biggie. My bare feet hitting a sharp rock, rough fruit, pointed stick? Not a problem. My lungs aching for air? I could deal. As long as I could put as much distance as possible between me and the erasers. Yeah, erasers. Mutants. Half men, half wolves. Usually armed. Always bloodthirsty. Right now they were after me. See? That snaps everything else into perspective. Run. You're faster than they are. You can outrun anyone. I'd never been this far from the school before. I was totally lost. Still, my arms pumped at my sides. My feet crashed through the underbrush. My eyes scanned ahead anxiously through the half-light. I could outrun them. I could find a clearing with enough space for me to... Oh no. Oh no. The unearthly baying of bloodhounds on the scent wailed through the trees, and I felt sick. I could outrun men. All of us could. And she's only 6. Even Angel. And she's only 6, but none of us could outrun a big dog. Dogs, go away. Let me live another day. They were getting closer. Dim light filtered in through the woods in front of me. A clearing. Please? Please? A clearing could save me. I burst through the trees, chest heaving, a thin sheet of cold sweat on my skin. Yes! No. Oh, no. I skidded to a halt, my arms waving, my feet backpedaling in the rocky dirt. It wasn't a clearing. In front of me was a cliff. A sheer face of rock that dropped to an unseeable floor hundreds of feet below. And back of me were woods filled with drooling bloodhounds and psycho erasers with guns. Both options stank. The dogs were yelping excitedly. They found their prey. Moi. I looked over the deadly drop. There was no choice, really. If you were me, you'd have done the same thing. I closed my eyes, held out my arms, and let myself fall over the edge of the cliff. The erasers screamed angrily, and the dogs barked hysterically, and then all I could hear was the sound of air rushing past me. It was so dang peaceful for a second. I smiled. Then, taking a deep breath, I unfurled my wings as hard and fast as I could. 13 feet across, pale tan with white streaks, and some freckly-looking brown spots. They caught in the air, and I was suddenly yanked upward, hard, as a parachute just opened. Note to self, no sudden unfurling. Wincing, I pushed downward with all my strength, and pulled my wings up, then pushed downward again. Oh my god. I was flying, just like I'd always dreamed. The cliff floor, draped in shadow, receded beneath me. I lunged and surged upwards, feeling the pull of my muscles, the air whistling through my secondary feathers, the breeze drying the sweat on my face. I soared up past the cliff edge, past the startled hounds and the furious racers. One of them, hairy-faced, fangs dripping, raised his gun. A red dot appeared on my tattered nightgown. Torn nightgown, sorry. Not today, you jerk, I thought, veering sharply west so the sun would be in his hate-crazed eyes. I'm not going to die today. Stop recording. Stop. I jolted upright in bed, gasping, my hand over my heart. I couldn't help checking my nightgown. No red laser. No bullet holes. I fell back on my bed, limp with relief. Jeez. I hated that dream. It was always the same. Running away from the school, being chased by racers and dogs, me falling off a cliff, then suddenly whoosh, wings, flying, escaping. I always woke up feeling a second away from death. Note to self. Give subconscious a pep talk. Better dreams. It was chilly, but I forced myself out of my cozy bed. I threw on clean sweats. Amazingly, Nudge had put the laundry away. Everyone else was still asleep. I could have a few minutes of peace and quiet, get a jump on the day. I glanced out the hall windows on the way to the kitchen. I loved this view. The morning sunlight breaking over the crest of the mountains, the clear sky, the deep shadows, the fact that I could see no sign of any other people. We were high on a mountain, safe, just me and my family. Our house was shaped like a letter E turned on its side. The bars of the E were cantilevered on stilts, but over a steep canyon, so if I looked out a window, I felt like I was floating. On a cool scale from 1 to 10, this house was an easy 15. Here, my family and I could be ourselves. Here, we could live free. I mean, literally free, as in not in cages. Long story, more on that later. And of course, here's the best part. No grown-ups. When we first moved here, Jeb Batchelder had taken care of us, like a dad. He'd saved us. None of us had parents, but Jeb had come as close as possible. 2 years ago, he disappeared. I knew he was dead. We all did. But we didn't talk about it. Now we were on our own. Yep. No one telling us what to do, what to eat, when to go to bed. Well, except me. I'm the oldest, so I try to keep things running as best I can. It's a hard, thankless job. Someone has to do it. We don't go to school either, so thank God for the internet, because otherwise we wouldn't know nothing. But no schools, no doctors, no social workers knocking on our door. It's simple. No one knows about us. We stay alive. I was rustling around for food in the kitchen when I heard sleepy shuffling behind me. Morning, Max.